Thank you for joining us, and this is finishing up we're not finishing up because we may have more than one or two more of these sessions to do about if YAHUAH be for us, who can be against us. And I quoted a verse in our previous teaching that I want to actually read from again. And by the way, we've been talking about in Romans chapter 8, verse 31 and 32. It says, if YAHUAH be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? And we've been talking about the fact of YAHUAH's willingness to, of his goodness, of his love, and to have a proper understanding of how much YAHUAH loves you, and that showing the willingness of YAHUAH to help us and to be a present help in time of need. Psalm 46 verse 1 says that YAHUAH is a present help in time of need. So if you have a need in your life, I want to encourage you today that YAHUAH is your present help in time of need. Now, I love the way the scripture's worded there. It says he's a present help in time of need. In other words, if he was only a help, say back in the Tanakh, back in the Old Testament, to those believers, then we would have really no basis of believing that he would be a help to us today. But it says that he's a present help in time of need. So in other words, in this present day that you and I live in, he's available to help us in time of need. He said that if you would call upon him, he would hear you in the day of trouble and answer you and show you great and mighty things. See, but the instruction is that we're to call upon him. So we have to know, first of all, who to call upon. We have to know that the Creator's name. It's one of the reasons why it's important to know the Creator's name being YAHUAH, and that salvation is found in YAHUAH. In other words, he's our deliverer, he's our helper. And so when we know who to call upon, if we're going through a particular bad situation, a day of trouble, then we know who to call upon. He said he would not only hear us, but he would show us great and mighty things. In other words, he would deliver us. Now, the verse I want to read to you is found in Romans chapter 12, and I quoted this in our previous teaching. And in verse 1 it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of YAHUAH, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, set apart, acceptable unto YAHUAH, which is your reasonable service. And verse 2 and 3 is what I really want to get to. Or verse 2 is, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of YAHUAH. See, we're not to be conformed to this world. We're not to think like the world thinks. We're to transform our mind, our thinking through the scriptures. That's why it's important to spend the time in the scriptures. It's important to study the scriptures because it will change your mind. It will change your way of thinking. And it will change it in a positive way if you'll properly interpret the scriptures and what's being said. It says, be not conformed to this world, but transformed by the renewing of your mind. Our minds need to be renewed. We need to think like YAHUAH thinks. We need to see things from his perspective, not from our own. Because we're in a fallen state. We're in a world of darkness and surrounded by evil and evil spirits. And we need to not be influenced by the wickedness that's in the world. And the way we overcome that is to have our minds renewed to the word of YAHUAH. Now, the reason this is important is in what we've basically been sharing with you, that having a proper understanding that YAHUAH is for us. He's not your problem. Satan or Shaitan is the one who kills, steals, and destroys. And so we have to renew our mind to the fact is that YAHUAH is for me. He wants good things for me. He has made provision for me. And it's a matter of me, first of all, of understanding that, so that when things come against your life that are bad, that are evil, that we don't just lay down and accept everything that comes to our life as being the will of YAHUAH. We recognize that Satan is coming against us and that we resist him. The scripture says resist steadfast in the faith. And how we do that is we resist him with the word of YAHUAH. Just like the Mashiach did in Matthew chapter 4 when Shaitan came against him in the wilderness. Yahushua said, it is written. And he quoted to him what was written. And that's how you and I also resist Shaitan or Satan, is by declaring what's written in the Word. Because we overcome, as Revelation chapter 12 says, verse 11, they overcame him, talking about Shaitan, Satan. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. In other words, the words that came out of our mouths, resisting the evil, resisting Shaitan, and declaring the blessing in the word of Yahuwah in our lives. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon, and this will be all for today. We'll try maybe to get some more done tomorrow. And again, thanks for your support, and share this with others. I appreciate that. And you have a blessed evening tonight and all that you do, and knowing that Yahuwah is for you. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how should he not with him also freely give us all things? It's talking about all good things he is willing to provide for you and I. Shalom.